All right, just gonna get started. It's gonna be a lot of talking in this video, so if you have ADD or you are very, you can't stay tuned in for anything very long, or have an adult conversation with somebody for any amount of time, then you're gonna probably wanna tune out of this. But if you are interested in me building this cage, and then tune in and watch the whole video. Other than that, I'm gonna get ready to measure my side posts. I'm gonna have 4 of these. These are gonna go in the corners of my 4x8 sheet of plywood. That's gonna be the base of the enclosure. These are gonna be the side supports. And so I'm just gonna have to trim these down to 28 inches if I remember correctly. So I'm just gonna do that now. All right, so this madness you see here is because I don't have a table saw and I'm just making do. I can get all this done without having to spend on a nice table saw $900, and I would love to have a $900 table saw, but it's just not feasible right now. So this is why I'm going to all this effort to balance both sides, so when I cut that, one piece doesn't fall and it doesn't splinter. That's all I'm doing, okay? Anyways, I'm liking the saw. It's all metal. It's got a nice grip. It functioned well. I got a new blade that I put on there, but the other blade might have worked just good. This blade is a framing blade. It works really, really well. I just had to center 90 degrees just to make sure this was all in alignment. Nice saw, 12 volts. I mean, it was like $30 or $25. It was such a great deal. But it's working out well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this. These are already the 2 side pieces that I cut. They came out well after I sanded them down. So this will be the 3rd piece, and then I need one more for a 4th piece that'll be on the 4 corners. How the fuck does it go? It's fucking driving me fucking... Just to clarify, I wish I had that Craig's jig thing, and that's really, really cool. So I'm just kind of copying that, but I'm doing it on the cheap down low. So I'm just drilling with my drill, with a large bit down to just a little bit, and then coming in with this bit here that grinds away, and then I just kind of make it a little bit so I can get at an angle, and then I come in with a drill bit, and then I drill down at an angle, and then I insert a screw, and then I screw that screw down, and it helps to hold everything for years and years and years, along with a strip of glue. So that's how I did it. I had to go to the hardware store and get these screws. Have a special bit that fits into these for these specific screws, and so I needed a longer one so I can get the angle, and so we'll just put that in the drill. Put it in there. Drive it in. Same thing with the one that I have in there. Now this is indestructible. And this will be on the inside of the cage, and there will be a board that fits in here, so you will never see this. Alrighty then. I've got my 4 corners made, and now we're gonna put that on the 4x8 sheet, and these will be the corners. Went really, really well. And I have a little bench grinder over there that I brought up in other videos, a little Win. Man, it's really been a big help because my saw has not been super perfect, or my personal cutting hasn't been the greatest. So that sander has really allowed me to put that in there and really make both the boards fit really flat and 90 degrees, and everything's coming out really, really well. It's so nice to have this garage because it's gotten really cold outside. It was 70 degrees yesterday, and now it's 40 degrees tonight, or in the 30s. And so I got my jacket on, that's what's changed. But other than that, we're good to go. Get the 4x8 and put these on and then mount them, and then we're almost halfway there. All right, we are on our way. I just thought of this. There's lots of YouTube videos where people recommend how to build their cage enclosure, and I just do things my way. And I just saw this while I slept, and while I'm going to sleep, I'm just creative, and I'm just always thinking. So this is what I got. I'm going to come up with a post here that's just going to be one flat-sided and one flat-sided right there, and then I'm going to use my other 2 4x8 sheets of this same plywood, and I'm going to cut them. I'm going to rip them so that I can cut a piece out that's this tall, and I'm going to run it, and then I'm going to run the board right here, and I'm going to fix it to these posts. It's going to be an open top for right now. This should be tall enough that my Tegus can't get out of it. My room in my house in the summer stays about 65% humidity. It's just the way it is. And so that's plenty good humidity, and so I don't need a top. As long as they can't get out, I should be good. And this is going to be big size. And I'm going to put a hide. I'm going to build a hide with a foldable top, and I'm going to make a little tunnel into the hide, and so they turn right at the end, and so it's going to be really black. And I'm going to paint the interior of that black, but I'll have a lid that I can fold up if I need to get to them when they're in their hide. I bought some liquid nails, and I will go in and seal everything, all the edges, with liquid nails, and then come in and then bead those edges so that nothing gets out, and and nothing can get on wood that's not treated. And I think it's going to be really cool. This is going to be a nice size cage, 4x8, and then they'll have room hopefully up to about here. Probably put a good 5 or 6 inches of substrate in there of dirt, clay, coconut husk. I have a whole bunch of that, some sand, mix it up, make it really good. And man, my Tegu should be set. And I also just want to note, I'm definitely brumating them next winter. I need the break. They're really labor intensive, and a lot of power goes to heating them and extra food. So they will all be, over their 1-year age. And I think that, when they're babies, you don't want to, it's just my opinion. I didn't want to brumate them when they were still so young, but once they're a year plus, they're brumating those critters, and they will sleep all winter. And in my house, I love it at 60 degrees, 59, 60 degrees in that room for 4 months, and they can just sleep that whole entire time. And I'll have a water bowl in there, so if they wake up and they're thirsty, they can go to that water bowl. But I'm going to run no UV lights, UVA, UVB. I'm just going to let it get cold in that room and let them sleep, and just lift up the little lid and check on them every now and then. I'll be good. So I'm going to end the video here, and because it won't be too long, and then I'll finish up the cage, and I'm going to do this over a couple of months. I don't have to have it ready until it starts getting warmer out, and I got to have something to put them in. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate all y'all guys that are watching my reptile stuff. Okay, bye-bye.